There it goes.
All right, here I'm jumping right in.
Yeah, ready? Gonna get the
Yep.
chat set up too. So,
Here we are. I'm good. Yep, I'm getting it. I'm right in.
good, good.
All right.
And make sure to let me know how the audio is too, if you can, so I can make sure everything's up to snuff.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, the game's audio is coming through just fine for me.
good, good. We get to listen to this little song while I share my stream link all around.
Yeah, no problem.
But it's alright. Don't have to worry, that's alright. Let's get some pork chops eating all night. If we eat up, we'll be winning. Alright, what kind of hunchback is alright?
Oh, it looks like Lizwick wants to join us.
Okay.
All right, let me just let me get that set up.
Alrighty. You, I was about to say also, after listening to Snack World's opening FMV, it just kind of so you remember like how 4Kids used to do like English, have all these like English like dubbed openings?
English openings.
Yeah. Yeah, like you would see like the most like the most notable ones is like the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX like opening theme.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. One minute, I actually gotta do something about the audio. Make sure. The minute. Yeah, I just had to turn it down a bit so I could hear you while I play.
Oh, no problem. Alright. Alright, so yeah, what's on your hit list for Snack World today?
All right. First off, I'm gonna switch to the other VC so I can get Lizwick in here.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Let's see where was it? That one. Right here we go.
Yep.
Gonna close this one and exit to the other one.
Alright, are we all in?
Is everyone there?
I'm here.
All right. Looks like just OBS is capturing it, so that's good.
Yeah, it's good, it's good. Are you there, Liz?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome, awesome.
Alright. Alrighty.
Alright, okay, I just had to plug in my headphones real quick.
No problem, no problem. I'm just gonna share the stream link around so that everybody can know that we're playing, and then we'll get right into it.
Alright.
I'm still trying to figure out how to go about OBS, but like I think I'm getting the hang of it slowly. Like I'm making use of more tools like stingers and stuff. Oh, I mean I need to learn how to make a stinger. So like when I set up the stream, it'll be look a lot more professional, like what Cassandra Mangaka does.
A stinger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think I've
stinger.
ever
It's
heard
like
of a
that little
stinger.
thing like before a stream starts, where you where it lets you know that the stream is going to be starting soon. Gives the
An overlay?
Oh yeah.
Did
like
I
that,
use
yeah,
that
that
term
special
wrong?
overlay kind of thing.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So like they have like it's kind of like basically kind of like a card for people to look at, and it has like a nice animation as people are like waiting for like the stream to begin.
Yeah, that thing. All right. To the grind we go. Off to our dungeon quests and all that.
All right, so I was about to say, Doc.
And
what
Chadwick's
was
here.
on
Hello,
your-
Chadwick. Thank you.
Oh yeah, hello everybody who's joining the stream. Hope you all have a great time.
Yeah.
All right, the first thing I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go into my daily stuff. Since this game works like a mobile game, it actually has things you can do daily, even just for like logging in, like your usual login bonus kind of thing.
I'm playing a game like that right now. Sky has 4 dailies you can do each day.
Like one of the things you can do every day is like talk to this old sand witch in her little tent, and she gives you a bunch of items, and one of them is like a really useful one called Templar's Mana. Templar's Mana is like this special item that you can trade into an NPC for some really rare material, which will help you to get some really rare armor and gear. And here I just got one. That's good.
Sounds
Yeah, and
awesome.
Yeah, so no,
It can take the place of rare boss material too, so it's like really good that you stockpile as many as you can by going into this every day.
yeah, and like how good is like with the rare armor, like how many like valuable like rare armors and like weapons are there that you can
lot.
make with the
Let me show you some right now. While we're here through the stream, I'll try to put them up on the stream so you can see them. But like let's see if I can go through the super rares. Okay, so like you can see some that have some like passive buffs. Like this one I'm on right now, the Regional Regalia. It has a V5 magic power boost. That's like I've looked into the damage formula. I'm not entirely sure about the numbers, but I'm pretty sure it doubles for every number or V it is. So like a V1 would be a double, and then V2 would be quadruple and all that. So like I'm pretty sure like let's see, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Yeah, so if I'm assuming this right, I'm not saying I do, but I'd have to look at it again, but if I'm assuming this right, a V5 is 32 times.
oh yeah, that's something
The
like that.
materials matter.
Yes. Like you pretty much can only get material from like bosses and dungeons and stuff. The especially rare material. Like each boss you battle has, and each quest you fight them in has very specific material that you can't get any other way.
Nah.
So it makes every boss fight you do kind of matter a lot.
I see. So yeah, and oh, yeah, can you also like upgrade like the gear you get?
Yes, you
Like-
can. Just like the weapons, the gear maxes out at 5 with regular materials, but then you need like super special materials in order to get to the max level of 10. And this other daily thing I'm going to show you I'm going to do is part of that. So like I actually recently managed to get past that story quest that was like really bugging me for a long while. And now that I did, I can access even harder dungeons. And I broke the level cap, which means the level cap in this game after the second DLC is 200.
Yeah.
So-
That's
Wow.
pretty crazy.
So now I can talk to this little white dragon dude every day, and he'll give me a ticket, and I can use those tickets to go into like the super deep dungeons, which will have even powerful monsters and expect you to be at like a super high level with super high level gear.
I see.
This
but
game
I guess,
this game goes really deep with how hard it gets, and I love it.
Oh yeah, it's like the difficulty really just keeps adding up. But at least like the gear like in monsters that you get from these really harder dungeons make the grind worth it, eh?
Yeah. All right. Let's see what I was gonna do.
So I have to say, is there any like particular monsters or gear that you're after now that you've gotten to this new DLC?
Let's see. Well, I was hoping to do a miracle reward quest today for a certain sword item. I managed to grind up to like 98, and if I get to 100, I get a guaranteed drop on.
Sonny. Oh, sorry. The bread is scratching on my door.
No problem. You got
That's
a little
alright.
cat problems, huh? All right. So I was hoping to do a miracle reward quest, but it seems the one for the weapon I want to try to get isn't available today. They change every day, so I can always check tomorrow. But for now, what I'm going to do is let's see, what was I going to try to do? Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to like grind for some material for like for some of the armor I don't have, if I can.
I, s- I see. And like you're just kind of looking for anything that's like stronger than what you currently have, or anything that just has anything like
Anything I
useful
can
in terms of-
anything I don't have that I can reasonably get, because like these bosses get really hard. Let's see.
Nice.
Plus, it like fills up my medallion of weapons and stuff, like my Pixiepedia, as it's called.
Right.
Like, plus you can always go back to it to like see all the bosses and stuff, so that you can get a better idea of how to prepare or to fight against them, which is really helpful.
Right. Right. And wait. I don't think I remember like asking this, but are there any of the bosses like recruitable in this game?
No, sadly, I kind of wish they were. It'd be so cool if they were befriendable like they are in Yokai Watch.
I know. I know. Like, are there any bosses in particular that you would like immediately want to try and befriend, just so you can like use them for yourself?
Actually, yes. Try to show you one on stream.
Can you
Uh,
befriend Cat Cradle?
No, you can't befriend. Cat Cradle doesn't have a befriendable form, I don't think yet. She might in Yokai Watch Puni, but I'm not sure. I'd have to check that again. I'm not sure.
Maybe
Like
so. Was that close to their voice?
Kinda, yeah. Alright, so here's
I don't
here's
remember.
a monster.
I don't remember their voice that well.
It's
That's
fine.
alright.
Like here's a monster design I really love that I'm showing off on stream right now. Big Wigsy Pigsy.
Oh yeah, just a silly green dragon.
Like this thing is actually like the main protagonist's little pet pig dragon thing, but it's gone like all evil. And but it's not befriendable, it's just a boss monster.
I see. I feel like you would be like a really fun just a really fun monster to have around. I mean, what kind like? I see that he's a green fire, like a fire type monster. So I assume that he has a lot of really strong fire attacks.
I haven't fought this boss in a while, so I can't quite remember. I think it was just for like one side quest. Oh, and by the way, I'm showing off some of its animations now. You can see all the great 3D animation quality you can expect from a level 5 game like this.
Oh yeah, it's pretty. Oh yeah, it's pretty great. And yeah, what would be some other bosses that you would really love to befriend besides Big Wigsy Pigsy here?
Cosmical Falcon. This guy's just another really cool looking dragon. A light dragon this time.
Nice. I see.
And this guy was like that story boss that was actually giving me a hell of a hard time too. So not being able to befriend him after grinding for so long just to beat him was like really annoying. Like I would have loved to be able to befriend him so so that all that grinding was all the more worth it.
Yeah, it would just be kind of fun just having such a strong enemy help become your friend and therefore help you out with more of the game.
Yeah. Just two really cool dragons that aren't befriendable, but oh well. Alright, let's see. Which quest do I want to do? If nothing else, I can probably like grind for some weapons I don't have yet. That'll be useful too.
Yeah, are there any
let's
weapons that you're particularly after?
Just
moment?
ones I don't have yet. I'm trying to like get as many as I can so I can know what they do and maybe upgrade them later.
I see.
Let's
Do you
see.
have? I have to ask. Do you have like the ability to like take weapons that you don't really want or have any use for, but like use them to like upgrade weapons that you, basically upgrade weapons that you want to use?
No, they can only upgrade weapons of the exact same name.
I see.
Like if you
I
have
see, so-
duplicates of a certain item, of a certain weapon, you can only use it to upgrade that same weapon.
I see. So you can't really like. So if you have like a lot of like duplicates of a weapon that you don't really want or use, then they just kind of sit there. Can you at least like sell them?
Yeah, you can sell them, or you can or if you have a friend that needs them or wants them, you can trade them.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's also
This
that's
game
also
has
helpful, too.
multiplayer online and encourages like trading and stuff, so that helps a ton.
Right.
Let's see. just trying to decide what I want to do right now. Because there's a lot to do. I just want to like I'm just trying to decide what I want to do. Actually, I don't think I have this one yet. Let's see. Lightning sword. Let me see if I have that one. If I don't, like I've gotten so many monsters and weapons, and I'm still not done with the game. Let's see.
Right. You still have like, there's a lot of. I assume this DLC has like a lot of new dungeons and monsters for you to collect and take on.
Yeah, the game is like full of stuff to do, and I love it.
Bunny.
Yeah, that is. Is that your buddy?
No. No, I just. It's a cute. It's cute.
Yeah, it is. It is a cute buddy.
Oh, you're showing like a cute bunny in the Discord chat?
Yeah, I just thought I'd drop it.
No problem.
Sometimes I just find pictures of cute animals.
La, 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 la. Like that.
Sometimes I just find pictures of cute animals, and I'm just like, I'm gonna share that.
Alright, I do not have the lightning sword, so that is what we're going to grind on getting.
All right.
Where was it?
Let's.
I think, was it a side quest? Yes, it was. Okay, here it is. All right, so we're gonna keep doing this boss, this dungeon, and this boss until we get this weapon, so I can at least collect it.
I see. It looks like you already cleared this one. Is the boss in particular like? Has it been a particular challenge, or has it been
A little? This is one of the DLC bosses that's been kind of annoying. I'll be able to show you why in a bit later. Let's see. Right now I'm gonna have to change up my gear loadout.
And do you have like the ability to like save loadouts?
Yes, I do, but I only have like 5 slots, and I've used most of them already.
Nice.
So let's see.
Yeah, it's always great when you have like a lot of gear, but you have like a lot of loadout slots to like compensate for the fact that there's so much like gear that you can collect, especially in a game like this.
Actually, that's kind of one thing that I kind of have an issue with this game. It's a small criticism, but like it has an option to like auto equip you, but it doesn't really work that well. It doesn't account for a lot of your stronger weapons and stronger gear for some reason.
So you don't have like a way of like organizing like weapons and gear by like strength or like their like level and stuff like that,
No, not really. It just chooses a bunch of stuff that just happen to like help barely. So it's just better to like do it yourself from my experience. Small criticism, but I love the game despite that.
Most games I can organize them by how strong they are, the weapons and all.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's kind of one thing that, like, I discuss this a lot when I criticize Pokemon, but Pokemon has very few things going for it as an RPG and in terms of game design. But there's one thing that Pokemon has that very few games can actually brag about, and that's with how customizable the sorting system of your monsters is. Like, I've played a lot of monster collectors that are better in almost just about every single way over Pokemon, but the one thing that stat maxing among other things, but like one thing that Pokemon does have over all those other games is the fact that you can actually sort out your monsters like the PC boxes. That's actually a really useful thing.
Also, this doesn't have to do with sorting, but why do trade evolutions exist?
Because they were to encourage multiplayer, even though they're terrible. It's just outdated game design, honestly.
If they want to encourage multiplayer, why didn't they introduce max raid battles sooner than?
45 minutes if they're frozen.
45 minutes?
Yes, like 30 to 45 minutes. Just start them out with that.
Where's my arrows? You were talking about pizza rolls or something?
Oh no, sorry, that was that was my dad. Oh, sorry, that was my dad. He was just getting dinner started. Dinner started where I'm at.
All right, no problem.
Are you into pizza rolls or?
I do. They're okay. I'm more of a pizza bagel bites kind of guy myself. You have to cook them just long enough, otherwise they get a little hard.
I like
I know.
mozzarella sticks.
Mozzarella sticks are good. Like pizza rolls are honestly one of those things you like more as like a kid, but like when you get like older, they just kind of lose their. I don't know. They just don't. I don't know. They just kind of lose their appeal.
I'm starting
Also,
to
this
appreciate
might-
flatbread pizza these days. You go ahead, Lizwick. What were you gonna
okay,
say?
this might sound kind of odd, but pizza with avocado is good, in my
Interesting.
opinion.
Not my 1st
I've never-
choice, but I wouldn't be adverse to trying it.
I mean, I know that avocado has become a lot more. I've seen like avocado being put on like more foods like in recent years. Like I've seen like avocado toast.
Avocado toast.
Yeah,
I've
you
never
just
heard of
put,
that
like,
one.
You just
Well,
put slices of avocado on the toast.
Avocado is nature's butter.
They
Yeah.
are good for you, I believe.
I mean, of course, when it comes to avocado, I really like guacamole. It's probably like my go-to dip when it comes to like eating tortilla chips.
What was I looking for?
I
Uh,
prefer salsa, but guacamole is good as well.
Salsa is okay. I'm not the biggest fan of raw tomatoes, but I don't know. Tomatoes are kind of. I'm just kind of weird with tomatoes. I'll like eat them cooked like in like a spaghetti or pizza sauce, but like when it comes to like just eating them like raw, I don't know. I feel like they need to like be really tiny, really like diced up and tiny in order for me to. I don't know, just like
Yeah,
tolerate them.
I'm the same way. Like I mean, I just don't really like tomatoes in salad, or raw tomatoes in general. Like, I mean, tomato soup is good and ketchup is good, but
I actually do like raw tomatoes on my salads, if I'm being honest.
Do you like them like just kind of diced, or do you like them just kind of in like big round slices?
Big round slices. I like them like that, with some oil and vinegar too.
Oh yeah, like that's what. Yeah, that's what people like when they have like something like a caprese salad, which is basically slices of tomato with mozzarella cheese.
Oh yeah.
usually
yeah.
I'll put in my salads. I'll put in spinach, steak, avocado, and some apple. That's usually what I'll put in mine, and as well as some balsamic.
I've never heard of like steak in salad. I mean, I know people like to put
Well,
meat.
chicken salad exists, so
Yeah,
why not?
yeah. I mean, it's no stranger. It's not strange for protein to be common in salads. I mean, I know chicken is. I mean, chicken is like a popular choice. I've also seen like bacon, which I personally like to put in salads, just because I'm a bacon guy. I will put bacon in any food that it pretty much put bacon in any food that sounds good with bacon in it, just like a
Who doesn't
like-
like bacon?
but who doesn't like bacon? Well, vegetarians obviously.
Oh, right. I was just thinking of that.
I've actually been trying to get a lot more vegetables in my diet. I'm just eating a lot of raw broccoli and spinach.
Is it? Like I have to say, how do you honestly feel about just the raw broccoli and spinach? Have you like? Do you actually like enjoy the taste, or is it just kind of?
I like my vegetables raw, and I actually like spinach and broccoli raw.
I do like. Keep going.
No, I cannot stand them canned or steamed. Raw is pretty much the only way I can eat most of my vegetables.
I do like raw spinach, but I do like it with some dressing or in a salad, but I like steamed spinach the best.
I actually quite like cooked spinach, especially if you have it with like a cheese dip or like a what was it, a quiche. I haven't had quiche in a while, but I actually do like spinach with spinach and quiche. Just
Spinach
because
and
it get-
quiche. Okay.
My mom makes a pretty good seafood quiche.
Never heard of putting seafood in quiche.
It's good. It's good.
Is there like a particular seafood you put in the quiche?
Usually we put in crab and shrimp. Those are pretty good.
All right.
Is it-
I am now ready to take on this boss. I've got
Awesome.
everything prepared that I need to.
All right. So let's see how this goes.
Also, I have never had this before, but I once heard a really weird fact about pizza once.
You heard of what?
a really weird fact about pizza once. There are
Pizza?
actually some people who put squid ink on it.
Squid ink
No.
on pizza.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I know it sounds weird, but there
That
are
is
people
not
that do
something
that.
I've heard, so interesting.
I mean, if you really think about it, pizza has become a catalyst for various toppings. I mean,
Like
you
people
see,
still
the
want to
common-
start wars over pineapple.
I don't really understand why pineapple on pizza is so divisive. If anything, we should be more. I feel like we should be more disapproving of stuff like anchovies on pizza, just because.
Meat, 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 meat. Please tell me someone got that reference.
I did.
The Phineas and Ferb?
No, the SpongeBob anchovies, you know?
Oh, those. Okay,
yeah, with the.
is that what is that the joke you were trying to make to the fish man on stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you remember Kevin C. Cucumber and his like fan clubs.
I don't know what you guys are coming to me for. I was just in this for the fashion.
Also, you gotta look.
What,
Also,
what
you
even
gotta
are
love-
pocket protectors? Like, I hear that was like a nerd stereotype, but then again, I was a kid around. I was like a really young kid around the '90s, so I had no idea what pocket protectors were even for. Like, I guess just for like making the pens in your pockets more organized or something.
I see. It kind of
Okay, I just got the lightning sword on one of my first treasure chests, so I guess we're done grinding here after I beat this boss.
run over. You got what you wanted, but I guess you get to see what the. I guess now that we've gotten it. Now that you've gotten what you wanted, we get to see like the lightning sword in action. If you like manage to find like a boss where it will be useful on.
Yeah, I'll pretty if I equip it like equipping different weapons in this game is like actually kind of weird. Like before the boss room, they basically put you in this special room where you'll always be able to heal, and then you can change around your weapons if you need to, so that it becomes easier to like go through the dungeons.
Nice. I see. That's a good thing to have.
Yeah, that's some pretty good game design for the most part. Despite the fact that this game has some other things that annoy me, like right now I have to push all these random buttons placed around the floors just to get to the next floor. It drags out the dungeon and it's kind of annoying.
Yeah, just kind of want.
I'd
just
rather
kinda
just
want
go
those
to the
things.
next floor rather than spend more time on one floor. But like I'd prefer it to be like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, where as soon as you find the exit to the next door, you can just move on instead of having to waste time on a floor. I think that's how it should be.
Yeah, there's already a challenge in finding there's already a challenge in finding the stairs, so there is no need to like needlessly pad things out.
I think the reason why they do that, the more I play this game, is because after you beat a boss, you get a ton of extra treasure chests, so you can exploit those for the rare drops. I guess it's to make it so that you can make sure you can survive the floors reliably, let alone get to the boss for all the extra treasure chests.
Right.
So it's annoying, but I can kind of understand why they would do it.
Nice. I see. So I guess if the dungeon designs were more on the line of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, would you mind them like being like more than like 2 floors if they were more like that? Just fight.
If it were me, I would do it like Yokai Watch Busters. Five floors. Five floors, but you can always go to the exit of the floor at any time.
I see, and there's still the challenge of like getting through all the enemies.
Yeah. Enemies can, and because this is a real-time action game, enemies can swarm you very easily. It's not like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon where you have to strategically take enemies down one at a time.
Right, and then I was just also thinking with the Yokai Watch. Yeah, with the Yokai Watch Busters, the bosses also kind of have like the bosses of Snack World just kind of function similar into the back, like in Yokai Watch Busters, and the fact that they're also real time, and there's also a lot of things there's also basically a lot of action involved, but
Yeah.
But you gotta also plan ahead of time and bring like the right yokai. Just how with Snack World, you gotta bring like the right monsters and the right gear and all that.
Yeah. Plus, this game is also heavily designed around multiplayer, so like it's a lot easier to take on side quests if you have friends to play this game with, which I don't, but which is why I ask people to buy this game and play it with me. But like, I'm hopefully more do, just because I'm spreading it by word of mouth.
Yeah, that's.
Anyway,
Hey, that's the
what
best.
did you want to say, Liswick?
Oh, yeah.
What?
I thought you wanted to interject with something.
No.
Alrighty.
All right.
And one thing I actually also really love about this game is its anime. The anime itself is like one of those 3D kind of deals. It's like a really good 3D too. Like how do I put it? Do you guys know any good 3D cartoons? Like off the top of your head, something colorful, cartoony, but in 3D. Jimmy Neutron was kind of oldish, but like that was pretty good for its time.
Yeah, Jimmy Neutron was definitely. Yeah, Jimmy Neutron really stood out when it hit like in the early 2000s, just because it
This
used
is a-
CGI.
This is a show that I watched as a kid, but Pocoyo I thought was pretty good.
Poco, yo. I've never heard of that
It's
one.
a Spanish cartoon or
Okay.
a Spanish show.
Interesting. I'll have to look into this one. Alright,
Alright, so-
here's this boss. This little elephant with a trumpet.
And multiple eyes.
Yep. Like this guy's like pretty annoying because he has a move where he just sprays the whole battlefield and all around him as he turns around in a circle. And the only way to avoid it is getting like super close to him, because that's the only gap in the attack. Otherwise, it's going to hit you.
Nice. So you only have like one safe spot.
Yeah,
That's
one of those bosses that can just attack everywhere unless you're like super close to him.
nice. I see. But when it comes to like bosses, is there like a way to like make is there like any bosses that like try to charge up for like really big attacks, but there's like a way to like, but if you basically like hit them enough times, you can basically prevent them from doing said attack.
Yes, actually, like this game is full of a lot of bosses like that, where you pretty much have to get them in a window while they're charging something.
I see, and you can basically knock them out of their charging state before they can actually unleash said attack.
Yeah. There's basically this one boss that's a big phoenix. I think he gets a stat boost unless you break a random egg that's going to be on the field. I think that's one example.
I see. So you basically need to target the eggs to prevent that from happening, getting the stat boost.
Yeah.
And I was also wondering, is there any bosses that actually reward you with buffs of your own if you actually do the correct thing? Like you basically hit like certain parts of them, and you actually get like a attack boost, or if you actually like counter their attacks like properly, you actually get rewarded with like say an attack boost or like another opening.
I can't really think of any off the top of my head anyway. It's a good thing I'm pretty over-leveled for this boss, because this is going pretty smoothly.
Yeah, now you're
Like,
getting
it's very easy to lose against bosses in this game. Especially if, even with friends.
just because
This game is challenging, and despite being so colorful and cartoony, and I love it.
yeah, it looks like every like boss like hits really hard, and they actually take a while to defeat if you don't know what you're doing. And now you have like these
Oh, here's that one attack I was talking about. You saw him spray that water around, right?
Oh yeah, he's just spraying it in one like beam.
Yeah, and one beam all around him, across the entire battlefield.
That's pretty annoying. There.
Alright. Time for me to really break through him now. Like I just transformed into one of my snacks,
I
which
see
gives
that.
me which have really high affinities against a lot of bosses, especially Let me see if I can get my ultimate off on him, hopefully. Like, did you see how much damage that ultimate did?
Yeah, let me just see. Oh yeah, I saw like a huge. Once you fired off that ultimate, a huge chunk of this guy's health just disappeared.
That's like
Pretty
really
great.
satisfying. One of the great things about an RPG, building yourself up to that level of power.
Right. Right, especially if you manage to finish a boss off with it. That's great. Oh yeah, now it looks like he's down. So now,
Yeah, I had to fan a bomb into him in order to get an opportunity to fire at him from
I
all
see.
these
That-
dancing elephants.
oh yeah, he has like a. It's pretty funny how this guy has like a dance crew.
Yeah,
Now
this
he-
game is just full of personality, just like every other level 5 game.
It-
And now people can see why I praise it so much.
Right, and I was also, yeah, I was also wondering, was there like was there any like other bosses you were gonna try and take on, like now that you've gotten pretty much what you want from this guy?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna continue one of the story missions.
Oh yeah, the story. I guess the DLC also has like a lot more story, doesn't it?
Yeah. Plus, if you clear more story missions, you get more side quests, which means more gear, more materials, all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, so you basically. Oh yeah, so it's there's a lot of rewards that await you.
Yeah. Snack World is one of those games that's just really good at rewarding the player. Just like Yokai Watch.
Yeah, and also Yokai Watch Busters too, just because it also kind of
Yeah.
takes that into account.
By the way, what do you think of my monster buddies that I have with me right now?
They're pretty fun. Yeah, they're pretty funny. You got like a Triceratops. You got like a Triceratops guy. You got like this one, Aztec. Like that's an Aztec. Yeah, that's like an Aztec statue, isn't it?
I think it is. I'm pretty sure like it's like the same thing that Shakumon from Digimon is. I can't quite remember what they call it.
Yeah, because I've seen statues like that before, and of course you got like this one, like I believe it's like a carnivorous plant, kind of like a chomper.
Yeah, I love her. She's I'm pretty sure she was one of the new DLC monsters. And,
Oh, yeah, she-
I befriended her, and I love it.
Yeah,
Anyway, it looks like I got the lightning sword, and this is actually really good because weapons that can do damage to light monsters, I've been struggling so much to find, but now I actually got one sword, and now I got another sword that actually does it thanks to that lightning sword.
nice.
I might just continue grinding that quest for more of them.
Just to augment that weapon you got.
Yeah. Get multiple copies so I can get multiples of it.
I see, and like are like most of the bosses in like this DLC, like I guess there's like a lot more variety. Is there a lot of variety with how with the bosses like elements and their weaknesses?
Yes, there are. Well, for
I
the
see,
most
so-
part, like a lot of the bosses I've been able to like break past a lot more reliably are dark, because I've gotten what I did when I play back when I played this game when I was like around my level 50s or 60s, I think. I was grinding on miracle reward quests and getting a ton of a wand weapon, which has like a V5 bane against dark monsters, and and V5 of course, as we know, is like really powerful. So like I can
Right.
break through dark monsters a lot more reliably. Wands
Yeah,
are
they're-
probably the most powerful weapons, I would argue, in this game. Like you can attack from long range. They have like their main power move does huge chunks even if you charge them from far away, and even if you get hit in the middle of the animation, the charged attack will still go, so you don't have to worry about hit stun or knockback.
That's pretty. Yeah, that is pretty insane. What would you say is like, I guess the quote unquote weakest weapon in this game, as in just not as powerful as rest, but it's still like useful.
It's hard to say, but I I don't really care for like axes. They're really slow.
I see. They're just one of the. They're those weapons that are just like slow. Like their attacking speed is slow, but they still like can hit pretty hard.
Yeah, but like even with the but part of the problem is that they're slow and you have to get in close for them to hit. Meanwhile, wands you can just be super far away from your target and deal huge chunks of damage anyway.
I see. Yeah, I can see what you're. Yeah, you can just kind of see what you're doing as you're like fighting all these guys. Yeah, thanks to your wand, you can basically just keep your distance while you still laying the offense.
Yeah. Don't have to take any risks getting in too close when I can just use a wand and hit them from like pretty far away.
Right, and like our wands like me, and I also saw there were like bows too, but I guess
Bonds,
I get
I guess that's kind of one thing this game that makes it so like you can't completely rely on wands. This game has physical defense and magic defense. So like depending on the monster and your gear, you kind of have to account for that. Like there's no point. There's not much use carrying a wand if your gear only rewards physical attacks.
right. So you just gotta build to account for that kind of playstyle, basically.
Yeah. Like if I can get more gear that will reward me for running magic attacks, then I'll be able to make even more use of my wands.
I see. I guess you're just kind of partial to like magic builds at this point, or are you just kind of sticking with what's been like both strong and reliable?
I prefer the damage output, but like wands tend to give me the best magic output. Knives I actually also kind of like because they have knives have this one move where you can like where you can basically dodge and do an attack at the same time, sort of like fall back attack from Yokai Watch Busters. So you get several invincibility frames while still being able to do an attack, so you don't have to give up being too close to your opponent.
I see it, and you know it's basically really rewarding if you're able to like dodge and if you're able to like dodge the attack at the right time too, eh?
Yeah. But the window on is like really forgiving, so you get a ton of invincibility frames. So
Okay,
so it's not like you can just like stay close to your enemy and keep mashing your attack button, and then when they do a big attack, you can just press that button and do another big attack and just exploit all those invincibility frames.
I see it. Also, is there like I assume some of the monsters in this game also have the ability to like tank or provide shields too, eh? Like
Yeah.
some of them anyway, right?
It's like Yokai Watch Busters where you have your usual roles. You have the fighter, the ranger, the tank, and the healer. And tanks of course, high HP, high defense, usually okay to decent strength.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but they
and
can
most
also
of their skills relying on defending, like shielding and blocking, that kind of thing.
I see. Are they able to? And of course, there are also like with the various monsters you can get, there are also ones that can provide like stat buffs to everybody, to you and all your other monsters too, just so they can also either have more protection or.
Yep.
Like, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say like I was actually looking around for this pink dragon because I don't think I was trying to befriend another one, but it's like a really rare spawn. Yep, got it.
Oh yes. Oh, now you can actually like raise that one, eh?
Yeah.
Like, is there?
It's like a
particular
really
reason
rare
you've been-
spawn, so he's really hard to get. Got
I
it.
see now. And now it's yours.
Yeah,
I
it
guess
took me
that's-
forever just to find one of them, so I'm glad I finally managed to come around to another one and was able to befriend it.
Not. Yeah. Do you know of what this what was it? This rose dragon you just got like is capable of? Or
I'm
is
pretty
that
sure it
something
has a
that you-
strong light bane, which is why I wanted it, because like light coverage.
Nice. Oh yeah, and like light coverage is something that you've been. I know that light coverage you just said is something you've been wanting for a while. wanting for a while, and now you have like some monster that's strong, enough to like matter against those enemies that where light coverage is necessary. Eh?
Yeah, yeah. Like probably the hardest elements I've been trying to get coverage for are water and light. Everything else I've been having such an easy time getting coverage for.
I see. It's just are water or light monsters just really rare, or
There are lots of light and water monsters. It's just the getting weapons that have a high bane against them are hard. I've only recently managed to get at weapons that have a high bane against water and light, and bear in mind, like I'm 170 hours into this game.
I see. So it just took you. So it took you a while just to start getting like the weapons and monsters that were just kind of dealing with the issues you were having against those against those monsters where water and light coverage were necessary. Eh?
Yeah, really long time. But now I have some, and now I'm able to beat on bosses even easier now.
Nice.
Yeah, this game really rewards you for like investing in coverage too.
Right,
Just really good
because
game
there's
design in general.
Yeah, just a lot of bosses that just kind of require that. Just because there's like a huge roster of bosses from what I've seen.
Yeah, there's also a huge, and while there are monsters that are just straight out better than others, they make that pretty clear with their rarity. Like you have kind of rare, and then mega rare, and then super rare.
Right.
Which applies to the weapons and armor too, by the way. But
I see.
But thanks to their banes and how the snack gauge works, you can still make use of them by transforming them once you get a full snack gauge. Like you see that little icon to the far left that says ready?
Yes.
That's my snack gauge. Now that that's full, I can basically become one of the 6 monsters I have set aside, and transform into it. And then if it has a high bane against the boss, it'll do some insane damage, which is why that robot I was earlier did so much against the boss.
Just because it had like a high bane against this boss, Nasha right here.
Yeah, it has a V2 against Fantastica, which is what Nasha is. That little pink icon right next to his HP bar at the top. That's
Yes,
Fantastica family monsters.
I see. So that's what.
And then it has like a V1 against water, which is what Nash's element is. So like just a really good affinity for this boss.
I see, and I guess you're gonna like I guess once you have the opportunity, you're gonna use your snack gauge and transform into that robot again.
Yeah.
I see.
Preferably when he's not moving around.
Right. And like, what are some other snacks that you've been really liking when you get the opportunity to use them?
Definitely Livid Dragon. That's a purple dark dragon. Like I tend to use that one a lot because it has a high bane against black and dark monsters that are black colored and dark elemental, which there are a lot of in the post game. Like the main final boss for the story is a dark monster, and so he doesn't appreciate the bane against against dark.
Nice. I do remember like your previous Snack World stream where you transformed into that purple dragon, and it was really helpful. Yeah, having that purple dragon was really helpful for beating that boss.
Yeah.
I have to say, the one dragon that you just obtained, the Rose Dragon, I wonder if you can make that into a snack that you can transform into as well.
Yeah. Any all befriendable monsters can be transformed into.
Oh, very nice. I guess you'll. I guess if you find any bosses that have. that weakness to light and whatever other affinities like that Rose Dragon has, I guess you'll find a use for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Oh man, that did so much.
Uh-oh. Yeah, now you're having some trouble, like, resuscitating your allies.
Yeah, it's fine. I've got so much damage on this guy that I don't really need them right now. Plus, I have plenty of healing tonics. Like, having them around is optional because the AI is kind of dumb, but it helps.
Right.
That's another one of the few criticisms I have of this game. The AI is kind of dumb, which is why you kind of need the extra help from human players. One of those few things that carried over from Yokai Watch Busters. Dumb AI that could have been handled better.
Right. Imagine it. Just kind of imagine if. Wait, I'm not sure if Yokai Watch Busters have this, but imagine if you had like the ability to like have like four you have like your 4 yokai rights, but like you can. But like, even though you have, it's basically, even though with the single player you would have like the 1 yokai that you control, and you would have like 3 others, you could basically switch control between all 4 of them.
You actually have that in Yokai Watch Busters, but you don't have that in this game, which is kind of annoying. In Yokai Watch, I mean, well, in Yokai Watch Busters and Yokai Watch 3, you can you can switch between control of any of your allies, but you can't do that in this game.
I bet it would be really helpful if you had that ability, wouldn't it?
It kind of would, yeah. Then I could like switch to the healer and make sure everyone's healthy.
Or switch to the tank and take a big hit.
Yeah, yeah.
And then switch to the
they
fighter.
just want you to specifically focus on your human player, I guess. I can't say, which is fine. Like the human character has a ton of customizability anyway. All right, let's see. Rose Dragon, Light Bane and Red Bane. Okay. I think I can still use that.
I see. I guess there's not. I'm just kind of wondering: is there a lot of monsters or bosses that kind of have it where Light and Red Bane are both useful together?
Actually, that's really good against another one of the these post game bosses. Like let me show you. Remember that white dragon I showed you earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy. He's a dragon family monster who's light elemental and his colors are red and white. So this rose dragon is really powerful against him.
Oh, nice. So you actually have if you ever need to grind that boss, you actually have like a good out to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Is there? Not to say is like
I'm probably gonna take him with me because like I need to grind up his friendship. Because like you see these little. I'm showing the little monsters stat profile right now. You see that little icon above called report with the little hearts next to it?
Yes.
When like every new monster you get starts out with the report where their rapport empty, but like once you max out all 3 hearts, they get a pretty big stat boost, so they become even stronger. So you really want to be as friendly with them as possible by taking them on quests and clearing them while they're in your party or something.
I see. Is there also do all the monsters' rapports grow at like the same rate, or is it different with each monster?
They all grow at the same rate, so no need to worry about it being different between them.
Oh, that's good. And yeah, I guess. Yeah, are there any like monsters you're like thinking of like grinding up with getting like their rapports like stronger? I see that you're adding in Rose Dragon right here, but were there any like other monsters that you were like thinking of like trying to like grind up to make stronger, just so you can start making use of them more?
There are a few actually, because like the more snacks you have, and the more that and the stronger you get them, the more you'll be able to be able to clear a bunch of bosses more reliably. And actually, I got this one item called I don't know what it's called, but like you see how I have like 5 hearts on this one dragon monster.
Yeah, Freddy Fafnir.
Yep. That's probably why I'm able to clear through bosses so easily with him, because like most of these guys at their current level barely break like 400 or 500 or 600, as you can see in their attack power. This guy, after those 5 hearts, his magic attack, which I'm pretty sure uses his all of his big attacks, his big attack, which uses his magic attack stat, is over 1,000 right now.
Right, so you can actually hit like the boss. So you can actually basically hit like all the enemies and bosses that are like this. Like it has like this Freddy Fapner actually has an advantage against like really hard.
Yeah. Like with his Black Breath attack, I was able to like clear out so many bosses so easily.
Right.
Like
Right, I guess-
because I made him so much extra friendlier. Once I get more of those bean items, I'm definitely going to use them, as many of them as I can.
Yeah, like I was saying, are there any like snacks in particular that you're still like wanting, just so you can like start using them for yourself that you haven't obtained yet?
There are a few. I just haven't gotten around to them. There are items that can max out the rapport without having to go on missions, but they're kind of hard to get.
I see. Are they
So,
just
so I'm just
behind, like,
so I'm just taking my time with it. One of those
Nice.
things you invest in and grind.
Nice. Nice. I see. And I guess like, what was it? I guess like I guess all the DLCs also have like their own like final boss to them too.
Sorry, repeat that.
Do all the DLCs have like a quote unquote like final boss, like the basically like a final challenger, like a boss?
Oh, yeah.
Just-
They have a ton of extra bosses and final bosses too. So yeah, lots of variety.
I see. Lost more.
Like there's pretty much no shortage of content in this game, thanks to both DLC packs being pre-installed.
I see. I guess was that not a thing in like the initial Japanese release?
Yeah, like it was originally a Japanese 3DS game, and then it came with free DLC that came later, and then another free DLC that came later, and then we get the English version, which comes with both DLC packs and all the merch perks pre-installed.
Nice. I see. So Switch players get all the content. So Switch players basically got all the content immediately. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about buying all those plastic sword toys just to be able to play this game a lot more reliably. And despite of all the merch tie-ins for this game, it still did really well. Merchandising is just merchandising, as far as business goes, is where the real money is to be made, as they say. Like if you make a quality product and can merchandise it to hell, then you basically got a secure, have a secure fountain of funds.
I see. It's kind of like you of course know the whole thing about like with Toys to Life games. You know, like with Skylanders is a great example.
Yeah, all that plastic now useless.
Yeah, just the fact that you basically need to have. It's basically like a video game where it's also like
Actually, now that you mention that, yeah, Snack World 3DS in Japan is basically a lot like Skylanders in a way,
I see.
because it's so heavily reliant on plastic merchandise.
Nice. I see. It's a good thing that the Switch version doesn't have that. But like, have you actually played Skylanders?
I love Skylanders. Like I played Skylanders. Like I know it's not as good as like the actual Spyro platformers, but I like the concept of it, especially since it's basically like a playable monster collector in a way.
Yeah, you have like characters of like various elements, and like they actually all have like different play styles and identities.
Yeah. Like, I guess I liked all the. I guess like part of why I love monster collectors is their potential for so much character and design variety, by default.
I see. I know that. Although I know with Skylanders, like the designs for like Spyro and Cinder were like different, and you know a lot of people.
The bulldog face Spyro that everyone hates.
I mean, how do you honestly feel about like that design for Spyro?
I don't like it.
What about the design for Cinder?
It's okay. That one, like, I didn't grow up with the Legend of Spyro games. Well, actually, no. I did try to play them, but, like, I was just mashing so much against all these monkey enemies It just didn't really feel like an interesting game compared to the original Spyro trilogy I loved so much.
Not nice.
But but Cinder has like a pretty cool design. I don't have any complaints with her.
I see, and like I
Like
have to say,
Spyro
with-
kind of drove this whole serious Lord of the Rings thing. It just doesn't really resonate with me as much. And like Skylanders, I like as a game and a concept, despite the fact that it happens to have Spyro in it.
Right, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny, even though the first game has like the subtitle Spyro's Adventure. It really feels more like a game. It doesn't really feel like a Spyro game, and it feels more like a game with Spyro in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like pretty much all the Spyro is pretty much there for marketing purposes.
Yeah, it's
Unlike
kinda funny
Snack World, which is its own original thing, and it's just good, and it's just a way better. Like even without the merch tie-in stuff, this game is just really good for the most part.
Yeah, you see. Yeah, I mean, with how long you've been playing it and how much fun you've had, it's pretty much no contest. But I was about to say with the various designs that Spyro's had, is there like I guess you're the most partial to like the designs he's had in like the PS1 days, aren't you?
Yeah, even though the polygons are all blocky and old and muppety looking, especially Hunter, who looks like a muppet, and like don't look at Hunter's old model and tell me that does not look like a muppet.
Here, I gotta take a look at it. Here, I gotta take a look at it and see what it's like. Like I remember like all the like I remember like the Spyro game. Like I remember like all the Spyro games and the fact that they all had like really wacky designs just because of the PS1's like engine. Like yeah, just looking at it, like his mouth.
Game
is, like,
developers having
super-
to innovate despite the limitations kind of moment.
I know, right? And then you have like his new design in like the Reignited trilogy where he's a lot more detailed, but it's a far cry from like his PS1 days. Okay.
Just gotta concentrate right now. He's almost about to beat me.
Uh-oh.
Aw man, not this right now. Oh yeah, you can also get hit by a debuff that makes you dance and you can't do anything. It's sort of like paralysis.
I see. It's just kind of, or it's basically like a funnier stun. Like as
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
see. At least you can still move, but the fact that you can't do anything is pretty annoying. The animation's funny though. I guess there's all.
Yeah, basically grooving around.
It's like a Dance Dance Revolution. But like, is there like any other like? Were there any like other bosses with statuses that were particularly like really annoying when you had to fight them?
Only when they're like, like they're probably a lot more. Nothing that comes to mind. Like for the most part, like if you invest in like for a while, I actually managed to make a lot of bosses pretty easy because I was investing in all the right weapons. Except for those robots, like those ones you all saw me play against on stream once. Those were
Oh, yeah, I
especially
remember.
annoying because of like because of those big earthquake attacks. Those were just hell to deal with.
Yeah, and the fact that you had to deal with 3 of them consecutively.
Back to back,
that was
yeah.
Oh man, it was like I know, like I like heard like you cheering when you like finally beat them. Like you were so glad to glad to like meet that accomplishment.
You have no idea how many times I failed that quest, man.
Feels good
And to
finally
have someone
succeed.
there that was willing to help me with that was so great.
Now you can like
Nightmare is over.
Nightmare is over, and if you ever feel like I guess you would you like be willing to like go back to like fighting those bosses again if you get like the gear and like monsters to actually like deal with them like more effectively on your own?
Yeah, probably when I get like 40 levels over leveled.
Nice.
It's a good thing. That's kind of how this game balances out bosses being so hard. Like eventually you'll be able to beat them by over leveling, even if you have to be like 40 or 50 levels over level to be able to do it. But it just
Nice.
encourages you to like get stronger.
Nice, yeah. Nice, yeah, I see. And but, oh yes, Doc. The other thing I wanted to ask, did you actually? So yeah, you know that the Super Mario Brothers movie recently came out. I assume that you already watched it.
Yes, and I loved it.
I really enjoyed it too. I really enjoyed it too. I honestly really think the things that I really enjoyed were like the what was it the animation for one was really really good. I actually quite liked how the characters were portrayed, and surprisingly, hold on a second.
No problem. Ooh, okay.
Because it was recycling. All right. Sorry about that. Had to take care of something.
No problem.
Yeah,
If it's dinner
yeah,
time or
like-
something, don't worry.
Alrighty, so yeah, like I was saying, I really like with the Super Mario Brothers movie. I personally love like the animation, the character depictions, and the voice acting was surprisingly solid. Like, honestly, after listening to his voice in the movie, I honestly think Chris Pratt did an okay job at voicing Mario. Like, he actually sounds like a lighthearted New Yorker.
Yeah. Lou Albano would be proud.
Right. Right. I feel like honestly, after like seeing the trailers for the movie, I feel like they kind of like it was kind of weird. It feels like they were not really confident with Chris Pratt. Felt like the audience knew that Chris Pratt as Mario wouldn't be good, so they just kind of underplayed him.
Yeah. I watched that one Sonic reviewer guy. What's his name? Johnny Versus. You know that
Some
guy?
Call Me Johnny.
Yeah,
Yes,
some
I
call
do.
me Johnny. Yeah, I watched his review of the movie and like he pretty much brought up the same idea. Chris Pratt Pratt's voice was just okay, but it was underplayed, but was clearly just there for marketing purposes.
I know that's just kind of the thing, you know. I know that Illumination is not known for being the most well-received like animation studio. They are known for doing, you know, they're known for like overplaying it overly safe and just making it so that just making movies that not
Their
only the
movies are very
fans-
milk toast.
milk toast. Yeah, I've never heard of I've never heard of that. Never heard of that phrase before.
I'm pretty sure that's the phrase. MILQUE toast.
Never heard of that. When I think of when I think of milk toast, I just think of like dunking toast in milk and just
Yeah, that does sound what it would be like. Let me look up what it means again, because I'm pretty sure it just means average and unimpressive.
I see it. Yeah, I see. I mean, like it's kind of funny. It's kind of weird because when it comes to Illumination, like I feel like they're only like original like film, like they're only like their only original film that was like received well was probably the
Okay,
first
yeah.
Despicable
Okay, so as
Yeah.
adjective. Milk toast. Milque toast. Adjective. Feeble, insipid, or bland.
Nice. I.
As in a soppy milk toast composer. So bland is definitely the word for it.
Yeah.
Or milk toast in this case.
Yeah, I still can't think of the. I still can't stop thinking of the idea of just dipping your toast in milk. And
I
just
mean
eating it
toast
that
with
way.
milk. That's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, or you can have something like cinnamon toast crunch.
Oh yeah, the taste you can see. Confuse your senses.
I know, right? But like, like I was saying, going back.
That
to, like,
used
the,
to be the marketing. Now it's just a bunch of like minions, just like Illumination.
I know. It's kind of surprising how the minions have basically taken over when it comes to like Illumination. I mean, how do you honestly feel about? Like minions yourself and the fact and how they've basically become like Illumination's like main form of marketing?
I don't care for them. Like, I understand how they appeal to a lot of people, but I don't care for them.
I know it's kind of surprising with how many, especially with how many movies that they've gotten. It's pretty clear that you can basically make movies.
Like,
just
I think
based on
even
marketing.
Norm of the North did, like, even the infamous movie Norm of the North pretty much did something in the vein of like Illumination and Minions. Like, apparently they had a bunch of lemmings that functioned to serve the same comedic role.
Oh yeah, I know all about Norm of the North. I haven't actually watched the movie myself, but I know how infamous it is. Like you can really,
Like, Norm of the North is like one of those memeably unimpressive things.
I know it's like Morbius, but for animated films. Or I guess like the room, with Tommy Wiseau. Of course, that movie.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark. I did not hit her. I did not.
What a story, Mark.
It's kind of funny. Apparently, the room was like apparently, like the room was apparently a disaster to film. Like it's like filming and production process. There was
Just
a
like
lot
the
of,
original Super Mario Brothers movie, right?
Yeah, like that was a disaster to film. And apparently, some of the actors who played in that movie stated that it was one of the worst things that they had the displeasure of participating in.
Just sort of like how that one actor really hated working on Chipmunks 2: The Squeakquel, or was it Shipwrecked? I can't remember. Like, I remember that guy that plays the bad guy from the Chipmunk series basically said he hated working on the third Chipmunk movie.
Was he like Uncle Ian, or was he like another character?
The bald guy with the glasses, the one that plays Crane in Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, I know who you're talking. I know who you're talking about. I know who he is. He was called like. I remember like the first like live action Alvin and the Chipmunks movie in that one, and I just remember like all the Chipmunks like calling him Uncle Ian, just because he basically wanted to like get on the Chipmunks' good side and just use them as like what was it, a corporate cash grab.
A producer that only cares about money in Hollywood? Say it ain't so.
Anyway, going back to the Super Mario Brothers movie, how did you honestly feel about like all the other voice performances?
I thought that Jack Black as Bowser was pretty great. No complaints there.
Yeah, he was easily. Yeah, I honestly am inclined to agree that he was basically had like the best performance of them all. He manages to like convey Bowser's personality like in such a great way. Like he.
And I also had like a discussion regarding Peach.
Oh yeah.
Like, did you ever read the Super Mario Adventures manga from the Nintendo Power magazine?
I don't think I'm familiar with that. I might have heard of it.
There's a compilation of it that you can buy on Amazon for like $10, I think. So I have that compilation, and I did read through it, and I do like it. Plus, there's a comic dub you can read online if you're interested in that.
Okay. But yeah, what were you getting at that?
Like, the discussion involves around Peach. Like she's not her usual useless self, like a damsel in distress. But like,
Right.
it's been pointed out before, like how Peach is a lot more interesting when she's not useless.
I know, it's kind of interesting because I'm not sure if you played like the Paper Mario games, but even though like Peach gets captured in those games, like she actually like does stuff to like actually help out with the protagonists basically.
Yeah, and the reason why that's important is because movie Peach basically functions a lot like manga Peach.
Yeah, the fact that she's like she's more like an experienced veteran and who's like more adventurous and willing to stand up for her kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like it is kind of it is kind of interesting because when you think about it, I feel like Mario needing I feel like the big like plot point of Mario needing to rescue Luigi kind of makes more sense, just because it's established that Mario and Luigi really care for each other and they don't want they don't like the fact that they've been separated. And it kind of makes sense for Mario. Like, Mario has more of a reason to go on an adventure through the Mushroom Kingdom, just because, his brother is in trouble.
Yeah.
And of course... And another thing that was quite interesting was Toad.
They basically did the Captain Toad iteration, which I'm fine with. It makes him stand out from the usual boring, annoying voice Toad. Yay, I finally got another lightning sword.
Oh, nice. More like now you can like augment your.
Now I can show you how the upgrade system works.
Oh, that's grand.
So you're gonna go to your pause menu here. You're gonna go to the fortification down here, and then you're gonna look through the weapons you're able to fortify. Let's see, where was it? Here we are. Lightning swords. So.
Alright.
And that the other items you kind of need to upgrade equipment and in order to upgrade weapons and gear is all these extra materials that have special colors to them. Like they're random
Right.
from dungeons and enemies, but so you want to stockpile as much of them as you can.
Right.
But you basically get to change the color of a weapon while also upgrading it if you have an extra copy of it. So autocomplete, and now I get to change this weapon's color to brown if I want to as a cosmetic flavor thing, and it also gives all the extra items you find around in a practical use.
I see it. Like how. And
It
what's the
basically
highest
gives you a
level?
lot of extra customizability, so you can customize the color of your outfits and your weapons.
Oh, that's pretty. I see. That's pretty awesome. And so, like, what's the highest level a weapon can be fortified to?
10. 5 based on copies alone, and 10 for those for really special post-game dungeon items.
I see. So if you find like a certain weapon, you actually have like the potential to make it really strong, eh?
Yeah. It takes a while, but it's well worth the investment and grind.
Right. Now you have like a couple of EXP stars.
Yep. I like to save those for like when I'm really close to like leveling up, so that I can just get my strength now and use that at power to make the next boss grind much easier. All right, I'm gonna do this one more time, I think, and then I'm gonna call it a day.
Okay. All right. So, all right, sounds good. But anyway, going back to like the Mario movie, how did you feel about how Donkey Kong and like how Seth Rogen basically his character in the film as well as Seth Rogen's performance for him?
It's Seth Rogen. Like, it's okay.
I see. It's kind of, it's kind of fun. It is kind of funny how they played up, Mario and Donkey Kong's like rivalry in that film.
Yeah, they actually were at each other's necks throughout the movie, and it's great.
I know, you gotta love the scene where they get eaten up by that eel, and then they're trapped in there, and they actually have
the
like
Super
a
Mario 64 eel, everyone's favorite.
I know, no, totally not a terrifying enemy at all. I mean, did that eel enemy like terrify you when you first played that game?
Not really. Like I wasn't as scared of him as a kid as I recall. I just thought he was. I think I recall thinking he was more funny looking than anything.
Yeah, he is pretty funny looking just because of his face. I mean, I know that the one thing that everybody was freaked out about when they played Super Mario 64 was the piano in Boo's Mansion.
Oh yeah, the piano definitely scared me, and the eyeballs.
Oh yeah, the Mr. Eyes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but never the eel. Not for me.
I see. And
What did scare me as like a kid was like Did you ever play Spyro 3?
I don't. I actually don't. I actually never got to just because I didn't actually have a lot. I did have a PS1, but I didn't actually have a lot of games growing up. But like, what scared you about Spyro 3 when you played it?
I think it was like the second and third bosses of that game that really scared me.
Nice. Here, let me take a look at them. But go ahead and explain like what made them so scary.
Their animations, their facial expressions, their models mostly.
No. Nice. I see. I guess when you played like the Reignited trilogy, I guess they didn't really have that scary factor just because everything is like more polished. Or
I can't remember what they look like in the polished version, but I'm pretty sure they were less scary in Reignited.
oh yeah, I do. Now I see with the spark. Yes, I'm just kind of seeing them like they're yeah, the bosses that you're like looking at. They were Buzz and Crawdad King.
It should be like a big flying bat-like guy.
All right, let me see.
Maybe he's the fourth boss. I'm pretty sure he was the third though in Spyro 3.
Uh,
Buzz is the first boss, that little frog guy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Right. And
Buzz's dungeon, I remember beating that one pretty easily as a kid.
oh yeah. Oh, Scorch. Yeah, that's the bat guy, isn't he?
Yeah, that guy.
He's still a little. Yeah, he's definitely like really creepy in the original. I mean, in the remake, like they retain like some of his creepiness, like mainly with the face.
He doesn't have that scary Muppet face.
Yeah, no, he has more like a. Yeah, he has like more of a. I don't know. He has like more proper proportions. I don't know what the right. I don't know what the right word is.
Share it to me on Discord so I can take a look at it. Actually,
Here. Scorch. Okay, so right now I'm showing you his. Here's a better like side by side comparison. Here you go.
oh god. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't. Wow, he actually does look scarier in the original. Oh, my goodness, I need to share this on stream real quick, actually,
Okay.
just so people can take a look at what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and I guess that. Yeah, this boss. This boss was definitely something like there are just.
He actually looks more bat-like in the remake, so that's interesting.
Right, he'd look. Yeah, in the original, he looks like way more like a demon. Like a.
Yeah.
He's still a little goofy looking, but I mean he is pretty terrifying just because of how his face looks.
All right, let me see if I can share this on stream. Yeah, there it goes. Stream OBS is so great. Like I can actually just click and drag that up on here so people can see the difference between them.
Oh yeah. Now you get to.
One looks like
you
a
get to-
demon Muppet, the other looks like a bat.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that was what they were trying to go for in the original, but I guess they were kind of limited with. I guess the technology limitations kind of made it so that it turned out like that.
That was an interesting trip down memory lane.
Oh yeah, but going back to like the Super Mario Brothers movie, what were some other things that you really enjoyed about that film?
I kind of like that it established that Mario is somewhat athletic, like at the beginning, where he basically went platformed around that construction site.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny because you know how in the trailers, like he was a lot more more bumbling when he entered the Mushroom Kingdom, just because
He had
everything was
room
so-
for growth and had actual character flaws, which is what I would prefer. Like,
Right.
like the games don't really portray it that well, but like they never really portray Mario as ever having any actual character flaws. Though I guess that's
Yeah.
kind of because there's a little bit of a lack of dialogue and that kind of thing.
I know it's kind of funny because Sonic is kind of similar in that regard too.
Yeah, so like the Mario movie letting him talk a lot more and letting him express actual character flaws and actually making mistakes. I like that.
Yeah, the Sonic movie did that with Sonic 2. Like, how did you honestly feel about like some of the additional character traits that they added to Sonic when like he got his movies?
I guess it's hard to say because like I guess with Game Sonic, like you're used to seeing him alone for the most part. So like he's not really
A loner.
he's always seemed like more of a loner despite knowing that his friends are reliable. Like in even in Sonic Adventure, or it opens up with Sonic just by himself, just running around enjoying his freedom.
Right.
And then you have Movie Sonic whom doesn't want to be alone, which feels a little bit I guess it makes for an interesting character development, but like and shows how he grows to rely on his friends, but like it feels a little too I don't really know how to say it, but too different is the best way to put it that I can think of.
It's a little I guess it's jarring.
A stark contrast, I guess is the best way to put it.
Right. It is. Yeah, it is kind of interesting how the Sonic movies were took more creative liberties, like with Sonic's origins and the fact, and just kind of how like Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles all kind of like met up all together, and just kind of how they were all like mainly with how Tails and Knuckles were like introduced in the second movie, how they were both introduced into the universe at the same time, if you may.
Knuckles with his family trauma and Tails being a stream watching fanboy.
Yeah, it is kind of funny because I know like Tails' origin, like with Tails' origins in like the games, like it's the.
I mean, that's not too different from how he was in the games, just not with the streaming.
Right, but I do like how like the Sonic movies do kind of establish like Sonic and Tails' relationship and how they're basically like a team. It is kind of interesting too how they actually establish like Sonic and Knuckles' relationship too, and how they're only enemies just because Eggman tricked Knuckles into saying that Sonic is an enemy.
Playing off Knuckles' gullibility, but not making him completely stupid.
Yeah, I know. It is kind of funny because the moments where like Knuckles is like kind of like
he was even willing to suspect Eggman when it looked like he was all surrounded.
I know.
Like Eggman was just really smart about tricking him, and that's good.
Right. It just kind of shows Eggman's willingness to manipulate others to get what he wants.
Yeah. He knows when to and when not to throw out something that's become useless to him.
Right, and it is also pretty interesting how how Sonic and Knuckles basically managed to become friends in the end.
Yeah.
Just because they basically have like similar conflicts.
They both have parental issues and loneliness.
Right. But they don't have to be lonely anymore now that they're all together. And since we're getting the third movie soon, I wonder how they'll handle Shadow.
They're probably gonna make I imagine they're probably gonna make Agent Stone release him and obsess and share how obsessed he was with Robotnik. That's my prediction anyway.
Right. I'm also kind of wondering, since we haven't seen like any signs of Amy and Rouge yet, do you feel like they'll both be introduced as they're jumping straight into Sonic Adventure 2 with this third movie?
I don't know how, unless they make it like 3 hours long, I can't imagine them being able to comfortably fit in Sonic Adventure.
Yeah, it is kind of funny just because.
So they'll probably go straight to Sonic Adventure 2, include Amy, and but I'm not really sure how they'll go about that because like I can't quite remember if Sonic was ever interested in any or was portrayed to be interested in any women in the movie. I think he was, but I'm not quite sure.
No, I don't think he was. I don't think the only woman he what was it? He had like any like he was like interested in was like Pretzel Lady. He was Tom's wife.
Right.
But
But he saw her as more of an adopted mom.
Yeah, that's what Tom and Maddie. That's what Tom's wife's name is. That's what they basically are to Sonic. They're like his adoptive parents. It's kind of interesting. You never really see Sonic.
And actually, speaking of parents, I actually really like the designs for Mario and Luigi's the official designs for Mario and Luigi's parents in the movie now.
Oh yeah, how they basically just kind of fit in with with the designs that they already have.
Did you ever hear of an artist called Nintendrawer?
That name sounds familiar, but I don't think I'm super familiar with him.
Like, they're basically this Mario comic fan artist. I followed them for a long time and loved their work, especially like their whole Luigi and Daisy fanship comics.
Oh yeah.
Like those are some of my favorites. Like especially when I was like a teenager.
Right.
But he basically drew Mario and Luigi's parents for like a long time. So with these little funny comics that involved Mario and Luigi getting embarrassed by their parents in front of Daisy and Peach and all that.
Oh yeah.
I love it, and the original designs they made for those characters are actually not too far off from what we got now.
That's kind of surprising. Oh, yeah?
Just a really good pay attention to detail and on style.
I know it, and what's kind of funny is that Charles Martinet does actually voice characters in the Mario movie, even if it's
like
not
Mario's
Mario.
dad and Giuseppe.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
I know. I'm glad that they managed to get Charles Martinet to play in the movie, even if it wasn't for Mario and Luigi. Though I am kind of wondering if, it's kind of inevitable at this point that this movie will pave the way for more sequels and spin-offs because, for one, you've seen the post-credits scenes for the Mario movie, yes.
And hopefully now we're going to be getting video game adaptation movies besides Yokai Watch that aren't trash.
Right,
or Detective Pikachu.
Right, and so I have to ask with the it's pretty clear that you would really want to see Wario and Waluigi in a follow-up to the Super Mario Bros. Movie, of course.
Absolutely.
I'm honestly kind of wanting to see how they'll actually explain stuff like Wario's origins and also how also Waluigi's origins because of course
probably make him come from a pipe like they did for Peach.
Right. Yeah,
that basic multiverse function gives them a lot of creative leeway, I guess.
Right. It is kind of interesting.
They could also explain. It could also explain where that Luma came from.
Yeah, the Luma Lee, who's very
the sadistic Luma that's obsessed with death.
Yeah, the sadistic nihilistic Luma. That was great, and it is kind of interesting because one of Wario's origins and why he's that way, why he's the way he is, and why he's that in his established rivalry with Mario is the fact that Wario was always put in the bad positions, whereas Mario was always put in in really good positions.
Yeah, like getting to play sheriff. I wonder if they'll actually use that backstory. That would be funny.
I know, and I guess now Wario just wants to like get revenge on Mario for just all what was it? All the times he's been, being put into like the bad positions, and also I'm kind of curious to seeing if they'll actually like explore Waluigi more, just because, Waluigi is kind of regarded as like a mystery.
I feel like I think the reason why they don't really get a lot of attention even in main series. I can't confirm this, but it would make sense if it were true. But like I hear a theory that what's his name? Satoshi Shigeru Miyamoto, that's his name. Like
Yes.
the basic theory I hear around is that Shigeru just does not like characters that he did not make.
Nice.
Which would make sense as to why Wario and Waluigi are not part of the main series. Those guys are not his creation.
Nice. I see, but
It'd be like if someone tried to like basically force their fan canon into your canon. I can understand it, but I can still dislike it.
Right. It's kind of funny because because it actually kind of reminds me of another thing. You of course know the Pac-Man series has like for some of the games there was like Miss Pac-Man, right?
Yeah, that's basically a similar situation. Like she was a Western thing, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was like a Western thing. Apparently, like Miss Pac-Man was something about Miss Pac-Man not being like an official character, and like she was apparently like a fan-made character that just kind of made her way into the main series for a while, but then got cut. Which is kind of why you don't really see her anymore in Pac-Man media.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's just kind of one of those weird things. But I guess when it comes to like movies that'll come to fruition now thanks to the success of the Super Mario Bros. Movie, I am kind of curious to see how a Donkey Kong Country like movie adaptation will be like. Because,
Oh yeah, that would be great. Now, especially now that they have models for like Donkey, Diddy, and Chunky.
and Dixie.
Oh yeah, Dixie too. I forgot. Like I confused her for Tiny Kong at first when I first saw the movie.
Yeah. I mean they do. I mean I guess the similarities are like noticeable. Like I mean they both have like ponytail. They both have like ponytail-esque hairstyles and
It just goes to show how kind of redundant Tiny Kong is.
Yeah, it is kind. Yeah, right. And you can't forget the fact that Kiddy Kong is nowhere to be like seen. Like he's kind of like a lost character at this point. Yeah. Honestly, if they were to do like a Donkey Kong Country movie, I am kind of curious to seeing why the Kremlings and King K. Rool would steal like the Kong's banana horde.
That would be great. Just these crocodiles trying to anger these monkeys by stealing their food.
Do you feel like they're stealing it just because they want the food of themselves, or do they want to starve the Kongs?
I believe in the starvation theory.
Nice. I see. So, and then they can just conquer the island themselves. Now, once the Kongs have starved to death, now that's, I mean, that is kind of in character for King K. Rool, just because it's in his name.
Yeah.
Of course, you also know that King K. Rool also has all of these like alter egos, right?
Yeah.
I wonder how they'll play that off too. Just because he has all these alter egos.
He'll probably have a big closet full of outfits. That's what I see happening.
That'd be funny, and he would just basically be able to like become like Captain K. Rool, Baron K. Roolstein, and King Crusher K. Rool.
All right, that was my last time I was going to do that quest. Man, that actually took a lot longer than I thought it would.
It's kind of surprising, even though even though it seems that you know how to fight this boss.
Yeah. Anyway, gonna see my quest rewards, and then we're gonna quit streaming for today.
Alrighty. It was pretty fun. And it's
Yeah,
it's
glad
pretty
I got
nice
to
that
show
you
this
actually
game
got-
off too.
Yeah, you actually got like got something you were looking for too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess
And I
like-
got to level up and get some new monsters.
yeah, especially one that you've been looking for too within Rose Dragon.
Yep. And hopefully I can continue that grind tomorrow and get the weapon I was looking for with the miracle rewards. Anyway, I'll see you guys all later, and thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, yeah.